What if I told you that one of the absolute best things for your garden soil is probably sitting in your kitchen pantry right this second? And now, I'm not talking about some pricey fertilizer. We're talking about a humble grain of rice, and it holds the key to creating a literal explosion of life right under your feet.
I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? But seriously, if you're dealing with that hard, compacted, just tired soil, or if your plants just seem stuck in first gear, a simple handful of rice might be the exact wake-up call your garden has been begging for.
So let's look at this. On the left, you've got the problem, right? Lifeless soil. It's compacted, there are hardly any worms, and your plants are just meh. But on the right, that's the dream. It's aerated, it's rich, it's teeming with life. The real question is, how do we get from that sad soil on the left to that amazing living soil on the right? Well, here's the secret. You have to stop thinking of your soil as just dirt. It's not. A healthy garden is built on life itself. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, a bustling community happening right underground. Think of it like a busy city. You've got your earthworms, your fungi, all those beneficial bacteria and other microorganisms, and they are all working together. They're the ones actually creating fertility. They're the true architects of your garden. And these tiny little guys, they do all the heavy lifting. They're breaking down compost, creating tunnels for air and water, and producing those amazing nutrient-rich worm castings. They even help balance the soil's pH. The philosophy is so simple. If you feed the life in the soil, that life will turn around and feed your plants. Which brings us right back to our secret weapon, rice. So, why rice, of all things? How does this simple grain work as such a powerful bioactivator? Well, the science behind it is actually fascinatingly simple. You see, rice is packed with starch and simple carbohydrates. For all those dormant little microbes in your soil, this is like ringing a dinner bell. It's a high-energy, all-you-can-eat buffet suddenly appearing out of nowhere. And as soon as those microbes sense this new food source, they wake up and they start to feast. This kicks off a massive and incredibly rapid population boom. And I do mean rapid. We are talking about a genuine explosion of microbial life happening just below the surface. It's this boom that really gets the party started for the next step in the food chain.
Because you know who absolutely loves a huge bloom of microbes? Earthworms. They are drawn to this microbial feast like a magnet. It's their favorite food. And that's when you get this beautiful, virtuous cycle. More microbes means more food for worms, which means more worms. And more worms means more worm castings, better aeration, and a complete transformation of your soil's health. It's a perfect natural system. Okay, so now that we get the why, let's get into the how. This is the fun part. There are two incredibly easy methods you can use to get this whole cycle started in your own garden, like today. First up is the rice water activator. This is so easy and gives you a quick liquid boost. You just take some rice, wash it gently in some non-chlorinated water, and swirl it around until the water gets cloudy. That cloudy stuff, that's pure microbial rocket fuel. Just strain out the rice and pour that water right onto your garden beds or even your compost pile. The second method is just applying it directly. You take a small handful of rice, it can be uncooked, it can be plain leftover rice, whatever, mix it with a little bit of compost, and then, and this part is key, you bury that mixture a few inches deep in the soil. That helps kickstart fermentation and keeps little critters from getting to it. All right, before you run out to the garden with a bag of rice, let's just go over a few really important pro tips so you get the absolute best results and you know what to look for. Now, please listen to this one because it is the most important rule of all. A little bit goes a long way. This stuff is seriously potent. If you use too much, you can actually cause some problems. One single handful is more than enough to start what you could call a microbial fire. Don't overdo it. And here are a few other quick tips. Make sure you're using plain rice. No salt, no oils, nothing extra. Oh, and if you bury some rice and a few days later you see some white fuzzy mold on it, don't panic. That is a fantastic sign. That's beneficial fungi getting to work, and that's exactly what you want to see. So what can you actually expect to see happen? Well, this timeline lays it out perfectly. Within just a couple of days, that underground boom starts. By the end of the first week, you might see that fuzzy beneficial fungi. And give it a few weeks, you'll start to see earthworms gathering. By day 30, your soil should look visibly different, darker, looser, and full of life. And that's the end game, right? A complete soil makeover. We're talking about creating that dark, spongy, fertile foundation that's just going to naturally support healthier, more resilient plants. And you did it all without a single drop of synthetic fertilizer. You're not just improving the soil, you're literally waking it up.
So the only question left is your garden ready to be awakened? It's pretty amazing to think that by using this simple kitchen staple, you can kickstart this incredible natural cycle of fertility right in your own backyard. It's gotta be one of the cheapest and most effective ways to truly bring your garden back to life.